deck importing.
Hey, Ryan. Hey,
Hey.
everybody.
Hey, Jay. Thanks for joining. Thanks for
my pleasure.
building us some decks. I'm starting to get them imported here, but let me share my screen with you, and then you can start talking about your process of building these decks.
There were a couple things I wanted to bring up as while we're getting there. So, hey, David. First thing, when you're looking at a format, and someone brought up a question of why do we look at slide decks pretty regularly, or mono red hyper aggro? And the answer is the red deck really defines some of the parameters of the format. You have to know how fast the red deck is to know how slow the control or other decks can be. Well, yeah, because they win. But if you can't be in the same category, you have, they have to basically be in the ballpark. If you've got a red deck that kills on turn 4 versus turn 5, that's a big difference.
Yeah, so in the same way that you looked at, like, every deck is going to have a burn spell, you're also going to say, okay, every format is going to have a burn deck, and where is it positioned, right?
Exactly. And that sort of sets your bottom parameters for the format. Now, in this format, red is really scary. I'm hoping it's not red and done. I don't think it is, but there are 3 crazy good red decks right now. You can go wide with lots of tokens, and even though there's no Cavalcade, there's the artifact that gives +1/+0 to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, you can go just straight up burn. There is a crazy amount of burn.
Did they ban Cavalcade?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so clearly they felt
you don't need it. You've got they didn't ban the other one, the
right.
3-cost one.
Mm.
So that one is almost as good. Second thing is look at the burn deck, how much can just go to the straight dome. And there's a lot of direct dome damage. I don't believe it's optimal. I believe a lot of people are going to go that direction because remember, Kiln Fiend snuck into the format in that little bitty expansion that they sold for a bunch of money.
Right.
So a lot of people are going to go there. The thing is, Kiln Fiend loses to other red decks because it's just a 1/2.
Ah, sure. You get easily killed.
Yeah. Now, with that said, if that thing hits, it's going to kill not just this game, but your next 2 games with the amount of cheap burn out there. Then last but not least, there's actually some pretty good strength and just legitimately strong creatures. I sort of went for a mix in here.
Mm-hmm.
I did kind of an experiment. You've got it's not showing yet, but the 4-drop I put into this deck, I put in Skizik of all things, which is kind of a bizarre anomaly from the past. Skizik, for people who don't remember, is a forecasting cost 5/3 trample haste, but if you pay 1 more mana, it sticks around.
Right.
I believe now there's also, if you're going wide, you do the elemental 3/1/1s with haste, but it's kind of interesting for punching through for your last damage. Now, let's go beyond there. So generally, you've got a hyper aggro red deck. You've got your parameters. People start trying to look, how do I defend?
Here, let's bring up that red deck that you provided as kind of your baseline.
This is sort of my
expectation,
baseline, but with full acknowledgement that depending on the metagame, one of the other 2 could be the right deck. There we go.
So here, let's do a curve view, a little more useful.
Yeah. My curve is a little bit imperfect, but I believe that we're going to be facing mostly creatures, which lets me really count some of the shock spells in there. So if you look there, you've got Firebrand, Gidu Lavamancer, Shock. Wait, you're not bringing up. That's another deck.
Oh, really?
Sly up.
Oh, sorry. I saw Historic Sly and thought it was, but that's not what we're talking about. It should be unnamed. Sorry, let me get back to. I was thinking it imported a name. We're looking for deck whatever. Here we go. This is the one. Sorry, folks. And let's see what we're missing.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, it's got the Kiln Fiends missing. Sure. So we'll
Right.
craft all. Yep.
Yeah, you can change. Oh, you can change the format in there.
Yeah, let's
They
do
have
that
historic
too.
cards.
We'll go historic, artisan, sly.
I've been using HA.
Yeah, that's good. I'll do that. Ha! Sly.
Ha, Sly. Don't forget you can change the format in the thing. Yeah, there.
Yep, here we go. It doesn't look like. Oh, it does. There it is. Historic artisan. So if you're going to challenge us, make sure to put your deck into this format as well, so that we can clash in the appropriate format. Okay, so you want to keep this up as you keep talking?
Okay, please do, just for a moment.
Yeah, I'm going to work on, you talk, I'm going to get stuff imported into Stream Decker.
I'll be calling up another deck in just a moment. So anyway, if you look at this deck, it's got all your good stuff in the other formats. It's missing the Chain Wielder. It's missing, actually, your massive card draw from Experimental Frenzy, or your, Baby Chandra, your rare Chandras. But honestly, it still has enough gas that it should be able to carry through.
All right, so
anyway, so really, you've got to be able to survive this, and this is really ugly. I believe people are going to think White Weenie. I always find that's a mistake. I was really shocked for that small time period when White Weenie was actually dominant. And that was kind of a strange combination of ability to have free casting spells through Convoke. The good Convoke cards are rare, so I don't believe that's going to be a viable option. Now, the next thing, yeah, it would be nice size, but it's not there. Now, let me switch to another deck if you've gotten it in. Do you have the black-green Explore deck in?
Not yet, but I'm going to add them anyway, so let's do it. Is it food?
No.
Oh, Explore. Right. Yeah, there's Explore. Sorry. I see. Historic Artisan Explore. We'll pull it in right now.
That's, yeah. Anyway, so my next thought was, well, to beat red that worked pretty well back in the old day with good ones, well, there's nothing better than the Walker. And if you look at this deck, and good, focus right there. Put your go back to. Can you show the Plague Mare? Remember Chain Wielder? Chain Wielder has a techie brother, and there it is. -1/-1 to all creatures your opponents control. Yeah, it's a 2/2, so it's not as good, but you can use it in this format. And this card will single-handedly wreck, I suspect, half the metagame. I mean, it's crazy. It's, a Wrath of God in format, and it even is a pro-white creature. So, anyway, but the other deck, this is your standard Recursion Explore deck, but that was always a strong deck in the format, and it was good against red. I think it's a viable deck if you want something that's sort of chunky, medium weight that can actually stand up to the red. David, regarding Slaying Fire, it might be good enough. It depends on how you're building the deck. It's really just a detail. Sorry, Brainiac.
I'm hopping you around. Here's your. I'm kind of. I'm loading all these decks, so you can.
There. Look at this one for a moment.
You can talk them as I load them.
I believe this deck may have a chance. This is a Skies deck, just plain and simple. But Skies lost incredibly little, and with all these amazing cards for Skies, there's just really strong viability. Note the Cerulean Drake in there that can also buy you enough time. So anyway, Cerulean Drake, more than 4 Crusades, including the creature. The Skies are really pretty good. I put in 2 other decks because I think you're going to see something like them. I don't believe they're going to be optimal. Could you bring in the mill deck, the mono blue? Oh, it may list it as blue-black. There it is, yeah. If you can open that up. So people are going to want to play this, and I don't think it's quite fast enough. There's some neat tech in there. Runaway Together is a lot of fun. You have 8 millstones, slow counter spells. You do have a ton of milling and a ton of death, a ton of milling and, a ton of defense. Agent of Bolus actually kind of acts as a wall with a little bit of card power. Just all in all, pretty solid, and people like trying to force a mill deck. And, well, there's a ton of milling in this thing.
Right on.
So last but not least, people are going to, because it's the recent format, people are going to try for food. Now, can you bring up the other one? The last...
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I think I have it in clipboard. Did I get it? Yeah.
There it is. So, the banned list prevents the 1/1 drain life thing. And that really changes the way the deck looks a lot. You have far less ways to exploit excess food. Your best way is really making giants or drawing cards off of the hunter. But that may be enough. You've also got really good card power in here. It's the most recent format. You're going to see this deck or something very close to it. So I included one because it's going to be a very common deck.
All right, awesome. Where do you want to start?
Well, you should pick a deck, and we should have one of our listeners pull something.
All right, cool. Here's what I'm going to do, listeners, viewers. If you are, if you have a historic
challenge, you first, and then you pick.
Yeah, if you have a historic Artisan deck, what I want you to do right now is chat at Going Optimal, play me, or some sort of challenging phrase. And from among the first handful of people who pipe in, I'll look for the longest sub, and that person will be our first opponent. You also have to, well, there you go. It's over. My first subscriber ever has said play me, so the rest of you can wait. But go ahead and say, I'll ask for a chat again later. All right, Brian, you go away now, and we'll decide our deck. How about... Actually, I'll poll this for everybody else.
Yeah, poll everyone else.
So we'll get it 20 seconds. We've got food. We've got mill. We've got sly.
Guys.
We've got explore.
Yes,
and we've got skies. So those are your... we're going to play Brian with whatever deck you all want to start with. Thanks for the load of decks. 5 decks. Awesome.
Well, you said you wanted to have enough things to play around with.
I think we do. And this is where I was telling, I can't find any place on the Stream Decker website UI that actually gives me a shareable link to just post into chat and say, hey, these are my Stream Decker decks. But I think they sent... I actually asked them about it. Here we go. If any of my mods would like to make me a command for this, like maybe ! Stream Decker, all one word, and it goes to this. Because this is all of our Stream Decker decks. Anyway, what one? Ooh, Skies edges it out. All right.
So the thing you have to watch out for in this deck is you lost all of your cheap pain lands, and that means the color at the start is a little bit funky. I tried to shift it so you'll be able to play white on turn 1 and blue on turn 2 or 3, but no guarantees here.
How do we...
that is the weakness of the deck, and it's probably going to lose 10% due to color problems that it wouldn't normally.
Oh, how do we define the format? Does it not care? I guess it just doesn't care, so this is fine. Okay.
So I intentionally didn't build sideboards since the format, I think, is BO1.
I think so, and certainly we're not going to be playing best of 3 today anyway. I have challenged Brian. I don't even know how this works. Okay, there we go. I want, can I have, it's not sorting by...
Yes, I want the sort thing wherever they show you this list of things.
Like this is too much.
Why would they just put it in the decks listing?
Right, and where is it? Where's my...
I think your friends is covering it, maybe.
Well... here it is. Jeez. Come on, wizards, fix that. Should be easier. If you're gonna give me 87 deck slots, you got to give me better tools in all deck UIs. All right. Probably just keep it, but
no, you're great. You got
go
mana.
with Island first and go Sailor as we get the Tranquil Cove going.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I'd prefer you... Hey, oh, yeah, you got the instant. I'd prefer you to top deck land afterwards. So this is going to be interesting. You're going to have to race the life, which you can do.
Come sail away with me, lads.
We do need to figure out what happens to the audio, what happens to the game audio on this. Ryan, I think you're muted.
Sorry about that. I was muted. This is what I do when I eat and play. I forget that I'm muted. But I don't know. So I'm hearing the game audio. Is it bad for you? Like normally it feels very squelched when I have Jay on Skype, but it actually feels solid right now.
This may be me. I'm not feeding. I realize I'm not feeding the game audio through my headset. I didn't really look for cheap removal like that. It is basically just going for force.
What do you like here? Wins or 2 1/1s and then wins? Oh, we can't do both of these, so
can't do both.
I guess we should do wins then. But it looks like we're going to have a hard time racing.
If you draw
wins
land,
into
you're
eagle.
fine.
Yeah, we're going wins into eagle. Maybe we can do this.
Mm-hmm. Wins eagle is a pretty nice plan.
I wonder if me switch. This is the first time I've. You know how I killed. I was having no desktop audio problems, and I killed the old setup and remade new ones. Maybe something about that old setup was squelching the audio when Jay was on, and now we've somehow undone that. Now I guess it's another eagle. I mean, not another eagle. I guess it's eagle, and we keep trying to race. Just super hard with this. I mean, they trigger both. I guess we have to eventually chump the Pride Mate, and that's what's going to get us there. But right now, we're not chumping. But like Guide Mother and Pegasus are probably going to eventually do some chumping for us. Ooh, nice one. In fact, very soon. Trouble is we only have 1 white and all of our cards require white, so we do not get to double spell. That's pretty bad news bears for us. We have to go eagle.
And you're gonna have to chump.
Attack 1. And we're chumping Pride Mate for the rest of the game here, so. And that'll do her.
Absolutely. On the plus side, it was fast.
Yes, crushed.
This is part of my concern with the Skies deck. I'm not sure that it's going to be able to keep up, but it's pretty, which is why I like it.
Sorry, eating and talking, etc.
No worries.
So, we could go good game, Brian. I guess we'll keep rotating through. That was a real game. If I play somebody and like it's a non-game, I may give them a re-up with that, but we'll keep cycling through. Who else has got one? We'll come back to Brian again if we run out of people in the queue. I know Mensch wanted to play. Robert, did you have a deck? I'll tell you what.
I think Robert is challenging you. Oh, okay. 51.
How do I get it? Like, do you want to? How about you challenge me? Maybe I'll just take the first challenge I get. Oh, there's a challenge in here? How do I even see? There's no challenge. Or am I supposed to challenge you? Or did I dismiss it or something?
Large screamed names what he's saying in there.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Well, I will. If you're gargantuan, I'll challenge you then. Well, Fluffy, you caught me with an F-bomb today, so I'm not going to hit anybody on a language penalty. All right. Sorry for muting, but now I'm done with my lunch, so I'm done with the mute button too. You're trying to challenge me, but I'm trying to challenge you. What's going on? All right, well, I'm going to... Robert, don't worry, you'll get your game in. Looks like I can just accept a challenge here. So, oh no, yeah. So I'm going to accept the one in front of me. And I'm going to pick a... I didn't pull it, but I'm going to pick a different deck. We're going to try... Let's try the Sly. And look, yeah, this is so... Come on, let me drop down to just the format I want. This is crazy. I can't find it again.
Left.
Oh. And then the challenge was canceled. Dang it. What? Oh, maybe that's one? I don't know. New system. It's going to have its issues. Did we find it, though? HA Sly.
No, it was Bono. You were keep going.
HA Sly. There it is. All right. Jeez. Sorry. Some work to do on that feature, I think, Watsy, but I'm glad you're getting it going.
That looks fun.
I think it's because we were challenging each other at the same time, Robert. All right, we get some graveyard action here. Well, I like a... I guess we attack and Rimrock if they double block. And of course they can get Skeleton back, but also we gotta, you know...
It's tempo.
We gotta advance our game plan.
You can play this one either way, in all honesty. I think I'd probably do what you are as well.
And they're giving us the skewer.
Take the... Play the extra damage.
Yeah, take extra damage, and then... I guess another runner. Save this. You want to skewer while we have the spectacle? No. Or
You'll
just
have
runner?
Lots of times.
All right.
There can be no shortage.
Yeah, it sounds like that's what we... Always Next Season gave us the answer of what just happened to us there. Okay, cool. Shock is nice here. We can just take out the vulture. Yeah, I think we want to just take out the vulture.
Seems to make sense. Well,
I mean, what's the other alternative?
Both bolts to the dome and
Dome.
swing with the improved creatures.
That's true. Is that better? Should we just do that?
I think you play. No, I think you play it slow here.
Okay.
I think it's.
We get a Rimrock play after this too.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little more conservative in the build out. They may have a Wrath in hand, but
yeah, they've shown that this deck is obviously going to be about the cries. So we may be crying here. Prepare to cry.
That's not a cry.
Nope.
They don't get many more turns.
There's a little symbol in here that indicates, like, there was a symbol that came up here that suggested we were being challenged, I think, but it's not very clear. Well, they'll iterate, I hope.
So your next draw is going to tell you a lot. Okay, so you don't sack the Kiln Fiend.
Yeah, so we're going to go Kiln Fiend.
No, actually, I think you just shoot them to the dome for 3 and then hit with 2/2/2s.
Okay. I feel like we're going to get reanimated on eventually here, and it's not going to be great for us. Well, Sir Conrad could be a problem. Double Fiend, though, is interesting. We can play both of those, and then next turn either Skizzik, or if we get some spell to turn these into real beaters.
Can you focus on the creature on top of their deck?
Yeah, Conrad?
Yeah, Conrad. So that's not going to kill us. So yeah, you play the 2 Kiln Fiends and plan to kill them on the next turn. Actually, they're going to mill away Conrad.
Oh yeah, Conrad's not a thing with that play, with that block. All right.
Kick it.
Can I kick it?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Good old Vent Sentinel. There's the bond, but I think it's too late. I like the deck, though. They just didn't find kind of their combo in time. I mean, you see we got down to 6 even when they did find their combo, so in a sense we got a little bit lucky there.
You know, if you want to do a lot of damage, you could have lit up the sky.
Right.
You could have gotten to the -60 that I was proposing.
Well, since I actually know, since the oppo is someone viewing, let's not be, you know, little still had all these win would be fine though. All right, who's next? Who's next? And who was that? There was nobody in chat.
That was Jaxel.
Yeah, but there's no Jax L in chat, I don't think. So I don't know who that was. But good game. Why don't you... Well, you're Gargantuan. I will challenge you, Robert. I am challenging Robert. We'll keep cycling through the decks. So here, it looks like this is saying waiting. You know, there's. All right, let's do another one. I'll do the first HA I find.
That's
HA
sort of
Explorer.
random. Oh, that'll be good.
Oh, that was you, Mensch. GG. I was saying I liked your deck. Just seemed like you didn't find the reanimating piece fast enough. Like if you just found that reanimation a little bit sooner, you would have got us. This looks fine. Got a Jungle Hollow on one.
Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Also, let me get to here. This is Historic Artisan. So historic, but uncommons and commons only.
I'm actually looking forward to playing this deck a lot. I kind of miss Explore.
Yeah, Explore's a cool mechanic. Looks like a blue-red Wizards deck over there.
Nice
and
top deck.
Nice top deck. It comes down to this. Do they have something to burn this out?
Bolt? They have 4 shots.
Because Walker is kill on sight. This is just asking him the question, do we win or not?
I guess there's some 3 drops they could have. Oh, there we go.
The answer is
yes,
we don't just win. We actually have to work for it. Cardinator, you want to play? That's cool.
Here's an interesting question. I think you definitely play something first. Play the 1/4.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
1/4 does match up well against what we're looking at. I'm not sure of the bad manners that seem to be being discussed in chat, but I noticed White Russian saying, kind of a pain to report, and I doubt they ever actually do anything about it. I want to push back on that and say, I worked there, they do. The thing is, they can't, just because you report a jerk, doesn't mean that Wizards then, when they do something about it, reaches out to you and says, just so you know, here's what we did to that jerk. They just do it.
You want to keep this, by the way.
So don't presume that if you report, quote, nothing is going to happen. I have seen repeat offenders have their accounts suspended, killed. You know, stuff does happen, and reporting helps build up a dossier on the jerks of our community. So please do it. Please report. Okay, we've got a double spell turn if we want it, including Bond of Flourishing if we want that.
And more importantly, you have double Explore.
Yes.
So I think you want to double Explore. See if you want to. Obviously, you want to be playing a green spell. It's
yeah. Let's start with Branch Walker. Maybe we find another forest.
That's great.
Or maybe it gets countered. Maybe I'm not sure what counter magic they might be on.
There's about 1 million items they can use.
Yeah.
There we go. That's counter, sort of.
But I guess this is clearly wizard based, so I guess the counter we would expect is the wizard counter. Like they probably have the 2-mana counter spell possible here, and they were pausing there to decide whether they wanted to. Then they had, we have the shock, we'll just kill it. So we'll keep giving them stuff though. I'm gonna give Seeker over the bond. They know we have the bond, but I like trying to get the bond through counter magic, whereas I think they have the counter, the wizard counter here.
I don't really think you care almost, but in this case, it's just more bodies.
And yeah, I'm going to attack because I'd happily put the Squire in front of the Pyromancer.
And you would love to draw a burn spell on the Squire. If they want to throw a shock at it, more power to them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Brian, this will be on YouTube. In fact, normally I put the constructed segment up on Sunday to kind of pad my weekend content, but I think I'm going to start with the constructed content today. In fact, I should take away these.
You have an
spoilers.
interesting question here.
Here, hold on. If I'm going to start with this, I don't want to. Well, it's actually not even spoilers for our main event anyway. But let me. Sorry, Oppo. Of course, they know what I'm up to here. But this is historic. I'll call it historic art so that it fits. I guess I had more room than that. All right.
I think you want to play the big spell here.
Yeah, just start them sacking, especially with...
It keeps them from having extra things to push, and more importantly, you've got a great thing to get out, and you've got an immediate explore card you can play with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is... I would just hold back here.
But yeah, I want to get this up on YouTube quickly so that people can look at some examples of this format in action ahead of it being the wacky weekend format.
I guess swinging for 1 with the Squire makes sense if you...
Yeah, if they... I'm assuming they sack Pyromancer here.
Right, so swing for 1, keep the 1/4 back for whatever hasty wizard they pull out. They do have the Ground Pounder.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still on D, but...
Sure thing, Mensch.
Wow. That's a lot of gas.
Yeah, it is. Do you run us? I mean, it's legendary, so we can't have both out, but we could start the story over again. It would take out Adelaide's. We just wouldn't get the the end of this story, right? These are effectively
legendary.
Legendary, or can I have 2? I forget.
You can have 2.
But we can have 2. Okay, then let's just do it, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I was thinking it was legendary because of the historic mechanic, but that's not necessarily the case.
Well, you can now swing with both.
Did you consider any decks with Llanowar Elves? That's what David is asking you about.
I did. Oh, sorry. There's a lot of good choices here, but I think you just want the Walker.
Yeah.
I did consider Llanowar Elves, and they might fit into this deck. I just really couldn't quite find the place for them. Llanowars do tricky things with the mana base. There may be an all-elf deck that's actually good. Don't forget you've got in the historic thing, the thing that gives all elves +1 and generates them. So it's a little bit of a metagame issue.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the problem with Llanowars right now is I believe the format's going to have a ton of red. And they're, not that big of a bonus.
I'm keeping my Explorer because we're going to bond, and this is worst case, we keep a Diviner, and then maybe we find something better. But all Explorer is good Explorer right now with the Wild Growth.
Right. Your plan is to outgrow them. And there you go. It's amazing how good that 1/4 is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a surprisingly robust stat line for a lot of what's going on in Magic right now. A lot of really powerful 2-drops in limited and constructed that surprisingly
it's like,
that
oh,
is
hello. Your pressure, of course, because you're going to get back Reborn.
Mm-hmm. Can't cast it, so we might as well explore first.
Absolutely. That's nice.
Yeah, we'll library that. It's funny when you get a parasitic mechanic like Explore that's only in one set and has a lot of payoffs, synergistic payoffs. It starts to feel like this is historic. This is isn't this just Ixalan block?
With a little bit of extra gas.
Maybe so,
but not a lot.
Yeah, it's heavily Ixalan for sure. By necessity, it's an Explore deck.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves us with the 5 to do it. So yeah, let's Wild Growth and Reborn. One, two, three, four. Yeah, we got No, it's force block on the walker, so that's good. And I think we still get there. Yeah, it looks like math is for blockers, but I just sent in. All right, there you go. If you miss those Golgari Explorer days, you can revisit in Historic. Sorry, what'd you say there?
You see why this deck looks really promising to me.
Yeah,
They
GG Robert.
Red and
Who's
we lost
next? Who's next? Didn't we have someone lined up? It was Cardinator. Was it Cardinator? Mill's coming up. One of them. We only got 2 decks left to try, right?
So the mill deck, I suspect, is super high variance Razor, which can be fine, but it's kind of always super high variance.
Are we buddies yet, Cardinator? You gotta send me a friend request here to Godot number 26633. Did anybody get my Stream Decker? Did somebody put it? Well, here's the Stream Decker links to all the decks. Not yet. How do let's see, add. I'll look it up. I'll make a note to add Stream Decker command to chat. Cardinator, I am Godot number 26633. Here, I'll leave this up. You got it, Mensch?
We're going to need friends management tools as well.
Yeah. What's your info, Cardinator? Gonna challenge somebody else, Cardinator.
Cardinator, there.
Here's my request sent out to. Yep, I just tried to buddy you. You haven't. I keep putting it. It's right here. It's on screen, buddy. I don't know what to do for you. Godot 26633. Yeah, great TV, right, Razor? Shut up. Your mom's good TV. It's not that hard, man. You click the dude, you click the plus, and you paste in the name. All right, I'm gonna re-challenge Brian. I'm gonna re-challenge Gargantuan. Figure it out, Cardinator. We'll do it next. All right, Cardinator, you're up next. Then we'll figure it out. I'm glad to be your first friend, man.
Okay, let's see how we are. Oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like a hot start.
That does look like a hot start. Man, this thing might pull it out.
Well, Mensch wins for better basics already.
Sorry, I didn't change the defaults. My bad. Well, yeah, I was gonna say play the wall, but
yeah, that's true. Could play the wall. Same amount, but uses up. Like we're not blocking with this. That's why Jay was saying I should have done the wall because we're obviously not blocking anyway. So may as well have spent more mana for the same effect. But it doesn't matter too much. Either way, we mill them for 4 and have an 0-4. And now we're going to dismiss the Tamer. They might have a single mana spell to stop us here, but we're going to make them have it.
Mm-hmm. See, they've got it.
Yep, Spell Pierce. This deck seems well positioned in the format. I mean, it was mostly uncommons and commons anyway, which is why it was such a popular deck among the masses.
I'm actually a little bit pessimistic on it because of the amount of red out there and because of the amount of 1-drop burn. That was sort of why I stayed away from it. I did look in that direction, of course.
Oof, we need some control.
What's their life? What's their deck size?
They are at 39.
Thank you.
So they get they're keeping the mana up to counter. We don't really have a 2 spell here. We could take we could play Ashiok, and if they have a counter, they would counter for sure. Although if it's another Spell Pierce, we actually resolve Wall. I'm gonna just do that. We're kind of like they get as many cards as they want, and we're just trying to hope to get enough mill in. Oh, sure, thank Razor, but don't thank me. Terramander can't activate yet, but we'll be able to activate next turn. I think we're in serious troubles. We're gonna, yeah, and they have 2 Storm Tamers, so can't really do anything but make them use one. Let's cast Ashiok, and maybe they'll be scared. I think we're just dead though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they just activate.
They can't activate after you.
Oh yeah, after I minus. Good call. So we'll prevent the Terramander.
I haven't seen any real counters on their side.
Long way to go to get him from 32 though. So I think we're out of luck on this one. All right, they're good work. They're counting the ability, so that allows the Terramander to take the win. Good game. Let's give Mill another shot.
Yeah, that fight's going, you're going to probably always lose, and lose badly.
Good game, Mensch. Or was that Robert? Sorry. Good game, Robert. When my viewer names and friend names don't match, I'm going to cross that up sometimes, but
Robert, my
GG.
only concern with that deck, as I was mentioning when you were playing it, is I'm afraid there's going to be a ton of red burn out there, one cast, and that's going to be really hard on it. Just too many shocks and shock-like substances.
Let's see. It's about 1. We'll play another 20 minutes. How about that? Like somewhere we're gonna quit somewhere between 1:30.
I do want to make sure you play the food deck because I think there's going to be a ton of that out there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna play all of them for sure.
Oh, and absolutely, Robert. I thought that direction too until I looked at the format, and I'm not going to put out any decks that can't compete with red, and that was why you're not looking at us playing basically the same deck you listed.
I see what you did there, Mensch. Clever. All right, come on, Cardinator. What's going on? You not figuring this out either? I guess you're going to be our last opponent of the day. All right, I'm gonna challenge Brian then. Cardinator, we are gonna get this figured out. I have faith, but right now I'm gonna challenge Brian. I believe in us, Cardinator. I'm going to let you challenge me next time, and you're going to get it. We're going to figure this out. All right, we're going to stick with the mill deck. Or do you want to do food? Now that Brian's gone away, we're gonna curveball him because he thinks we're re-upping with the mill deck. Nice. This is a good start. With Order on 2, I actually like Innkeeper on 1 rather than the Hollow.
This looks kind of pretty good.
Yeah, Drake could go in the Skies deck. Jay is a possible hedge against that strategy.
That was what I was saying.
Oh yeah, sorry,
That was me.
Oh, let's go.
Wait.
Yeah, I was going to draw the card, but we should just kill it. Yeah, sorry, I was all.
Do you have something in the graveyard to kill it with?
No.
Okay, so sorry, I just needed to look first.
Yeah, we're just playing this.
No,
right?
it's got to. It'll still punch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why did you want the graveyard? This doesn't do anything.
It triggers for its plus.
Oh, for its power. Yeah.
I was forgetting that it's not the fight as well. It's
right. No 3, so we're gonna play Hollow tapped, and just order.
Draw a card.
After attack.
2/2 flyer is not a bad thing in this format.
Not really, no.
Especially for 2. Oh, there's your 1-drop.
A little late.
You're not playing a full set of them because they're not nearly as good.
Right, if you're not catting, it's just fine. But really good against red, right? Well, maybe not. It depends if you have time. Like, maybe you gotta have time to eat.
It. Right, but you also have things to use it, which is why it's there.
All right, so we're gonna presume some sort of counter magic here. Looks like red, blue spells, maybe. Let's start with an attack. If they do something to kill, we have the order to get it back. Just so. And it's a nice one to get back.
A great one to get back. Your turn is already built for you now.
Oh, except they chumped, so I guess we're not going to do that this turn. We'll go ahead and just Witch Stalker here.
Yeah. That card got surprisingly little play. I had suspected it was going to be constructed worthy.
Well, it's interesting that you've found it to be constructed worthy. Well, I guess this is a no rare format. It wouldn't be playable in a rare format right now, but has a role here.
It's because of the other wolf being so good.
Okay, now does it punch or do they fight?
So it gets plus and then they fight. Plus for your graveyard.
Fight. Okay, yeah, I just had a lot of words. So I guess we go ahead and have them fight, and then we can order it back anyway.
Yeah.
Oops, almost did the wrong one. Actually, wouldn't have been that bad if I had. Might even be correct, but we'll go for the value play. This deck feels real good.
I warned you this was going to be something pretty common. I think the other black-green's better. Yeah, that's really not good. Not optimal for the red-blue.
Yeah, fizzling that spell is great for us, and
more to eat.
We get a nice play here. All right, we're going to attack first, though.
Draw first.
Yeah, you're right. We should, in case they have something for the innkeeper.
Well, also you might draw something else.
Something to attack. Yeah, yeah. Looks like not. Everybody's got me out blinged, but hopefully I get him out damaged. Should we be playing around Sweeper? I guess the only thing they could do for Sweeper would survive. The Witch Stalker would survive, but might as well stop here. We're plenty lethal, so might as well hold the Harpooner. Maybe they play a flyer to try and block or something, and that's useful there too. I've so fully trained myself now on gender neutrality that I call known gendered opponents they, because I might as well keep up the habits. All right, that was nice. Let's, all right, Cardinator, you're going to try challenging me now, okay?
And we should probably poll to see what you play.
Yeah, let's do a final. Now that we've seen all the decks, what are we going to finish on? We've got, again, Mill. Who comes? Hey, lady. Welcome, Lady Lavinius and Lady Lavinius's viewers. We normally do limited around here, but on Friday afternoons, we bring on Jay Schneider, the progenitor of the original Sly deck, for some constructed brewing. Say hello, Jay.
Hi, everybody.
So we are in the middle of some historic artisan constructed battling. I'm taking on viewers in historic artisan, and we have 5 decks that we're playing from, and people are going to vote on which one we're going to play next as Cardinator figures out how to challenge me. So Cardinator, you figure out how to challenge me, buddy, and then I'm going to send a poll out to see which one we're playing. We have Mill, we have Explore, we have Food, we have Skies, and we have Sly. What are we playing? I don't know if any of them are fun, lady, but if you like exploring, milling, eating, flying, or slying, we got you covered. Did I get my hair cut? Not for a couple weeks. Like, there was that, like, over Thanksgiving. It was over Thanksgiving that I got my hair cut.
All right, we get to see the mill deck again. That's good. It got kind of creamed badly.
Where you at, Cardinator? I'm gonna have to pass you again, man. Thank you, Palatero. Having a good hair day, I guess. All right. I really wanted to play Cardinator. He's trying, but I'm not going to stand around waiting. Who else has got... Did you challenge me and it's not working? Maybe there's some bug, Cardinator. But I see Dice Man right here and I see no challenge. Are we playing? All right. I'm going to take first challenge then. Sounds like Cardinator's got some bugs. Yeah, it's not great, lady, but at least it's a start. You know, let's get it out here. Let's find the bugs for them and then they can fix it. Dionysus, tech issues happen to everybody. We'll do 2 more. Hey, look, it came through.
Woohoo!
Looks like there was another one there too, but I'll get back to that one and we'll go to the mill deck as requested. And yeah, we'll play again after this and do Sly for Lady. Congratulations, Cardinator, you did it. Now... Oh, I see. You're trying to brawl challenge. No. Now minimize and go away. No cheating. That's a lot of cards that say mill.
It is a lot of cards that say mill.
Even though literally none of them say mill. But you know what I mean.
There's definitely 16 points of mill in that hand. Well, 15.
15, yeah. 15 is still a lot of...
Mirror.
I see what you're up to, Dice Man. Mill isn't an actual keyword because it's actually not a good keyword for that effect. They might have to just embrace it since players have named it that. But as much as mill communicates successfully with longtime players, it does not communicate successfully with new players. If you're a new player and you see the word mill, what do you even think? Like, you know nothing about the card. Where if you can find something that captures the flavor of the mechanic a little better, they might go for that. Maybe they'll just go for mill. I think it'll be keyworded eventually. All right. We can go with the keepers, or if we sit here and just get Ashioked, that's not good. But we also don't really have... I mean, if we Callous Dismissal it, then Ashiok just comes back down. So what we might have to do is hope that we find land, so that we can go Callous Dismissal Ashiok and counter it on the way back down. And in the meantime, just do stuff with Secret Keepers. Or we could hold up counters now and counter one thing now, and then save the other one for Ashiok. I guess let's do that. Counter whatever they do. Next turn, can play some Secret Keepers. Yeah, the library represents a lot of different things in Magic. It represents the mind. It represents actual spell books. It represents...
Kill that, or counter that.
Yeah, we're counting anything that comes along. Okay, we got our 5th land, so the dismissal counterplay is live for next turn. In the meantime, we're going to do this. I suppose we could have kept didn't say please up in the instance that they come up with something here that we just have to counter. I don't think... Clear the Mind is interesting. I feel like we got...
Yeah, this is...
Do we get sniped? What a perfect card against the mirror. Still, we are not dead yet, despite this setback. Oh, sorry, I instinctively thought they were going to cast the Ashiok and just countered the Opt without really thinking about it. But if they don't find land, it's okay anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps Ashiok away for a turn, although is no permanent answer. Do we want to dismiss ourselves, or do we have to our own secret keeper? Is it opponent? Yeah, non-land. So we can just rebuy our own secret keeper. We're just going to lose to Ashiok, though, is the problem.
Right.
So I don't see how we get out. I'm going to actually keep the Callous Dismissal because we kind of need to do the get lucky and do bounce counter again.
You need to basically draw an Ashiok.
Yeah. Well, we do an Ashiok.
That's the way to win. Do you mind giving a count on their library?
Sure. We got them now down to 41 after the Clear the Mind. We can now dismissal and re-keep, but I still think kind of wait is correct. Yeah, I'm going to wait.
Oh, yeah. You want to bring Ashiok down to 1 if you're going to use it aggressively.
Yeah, we want to bounce our own Ashiok, not bounce one of these keepers.
Mm-hmm. Let them target your... What?
They took Ashiok with Binding. We can always bounce the Binding and get an
sure. But why
Ashiok.
can't you bounce your Ashiok?
Well, it's instant. I mean, it's sorcery. It's not instant.
Oh, sorcery. I forgot. It's
25 to 36. Again, still some work to do. I think Ashiok is big trouble. They keep not going for Ashiok, maybe thinking we're going to counter it.
Mm-hmm.
But here, I think, oh wow, still no. Wow, what a weird deck, Dice Man. You're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk to Cardinator about the conflicting game plans here. Very unusual to see Pride Mate with Mill. Not sure what they're going for. But let's go Augur. At some point, we pop up the Binding to run Ashiok again. We're still in bad shape, though.
I think we want to wait until we pull a counter spell.
Did you... What about the... 1 in a blue enchantment where when you cast a blue spell,
rare.
Mill 2. Oh, it's rare, duh. I was like, I keep thinking, why aren't you using this? Why aren't you? And it's like, oh, right. No rares allowed. Yeah, that's pretty brutal, but we're going to do this anyway. Let's do this one more time. Savants are an interesting option.
I believe there's a full set in here.
Oh, we just haven't seen them, huh?
I'll look in the plowed away area.
Augur, where is it? Here's Overwhelming Apprentice. Seems like you have apprentices and augurs. There. Maybe they're just in the bottom 14.
Oh, apprentices. I'm sorry. I was thinking apprentices.
We're talking about the 3-drop, which I think might be a little too clunky. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think you get one more draw and then you get to scoop.
I think we're done for, though, right? Are we at 5? They're at 24. There's no way we can come up with 24. I'm going to give them this one, and we'll play one more before I'm out.
That sounds great.
Let's see. Who do we have a challenge from? I think there was one more. Look, I'll take the next challenge that comes in. Good game, Coordinator. All right, Gargantuan. We'll go with Ubermensch for this one. And we'll go back to we'll finish on Sly.
That sounds fun. Or fast.
Yeah.
One or the other, depending on perspective.
Both. Ixalan's Binding. It's clunky at 4. You could just use the Convoke one. I think I prefer the Convoke one for ease of cost, effectively. Like, you can reduce the cost so effectively. You got those random mill cards. What I don't understand is why you're trying to win in two different ways. Are you trying to win with mill, or are you trying to win with big kitties? I would focus your deck on one or the other. Says the loser, but you know what I mean. Gotta run. See you, Oil Can. And hey, thanks for that email. I started to reply, but haven't finished my reply yet. But it was very sweet of you, very kind of you, and your art is awesome. I love found, repurposed object art, which is what at least part of what Oil Can does based on what he sent me. Nice. You just let your usual gameplay is to kind of have two strategies in a deck, or your usual gameplay is to, like, I'm not sure what part is your usual.
Wait.
I don't want to do. I don't want to do light now. I want to do Kiln Fiend now. Anyway.
Okay. Well, swing at least first. You should still do things in the right order.
Oh, fine. Should. Jay with all the shoulds.
Well, you really wanted them to block, which they did, which is great, because you don't want it in front of your Kiln Fiend.
Right. And I'm kidding. Of course I should try and do things in the right order. And to that end, let's wait on lands with the light up the stage. If we send in, we can Rimrock to trade no matter what. We have nothing in the yard yet.
They're definitely going to put the Vulture in front of the Kiln Fiend,
right?
And then you Rimrock the Lava Runner, and the Kiln Fiend trades, which is fine.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
You traded 2 mana for 3,
and we get to light up the stage still. And meme value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta find it.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Oh, wait.
Oh,
yeah, we didn't find a land. Too bad.
Yeah, not the draws you wanted, per se.
We can do another. We can just light again. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, go for it.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
All right, mountain from here. This Rimrock is not part of our must play this turn. These three are, so we want to do. I guess we let the Skizzik go and we get the Lightning Strike and the Firebrand.
I believe so.
We can ping the skeleton.
Mm-hmm. Or you can shoot the skeleton. Either way.
Right.
I think that's probably better this one.
Rimrock. Strike face.
Bolt to the dome.
Robert wants to make a deck with only cards that trigger memes from me. That would be the meta thing to do against me in viewer challenge for sure. All right, now neither of these Rim Rocks are must cast. We can just Skizzik for the Trample Haste.
Kickered.
Yeah, let's just kick it. Can I kick it?
Yep.
Yes, you can. The Put Ryan to Work deck. Can you adventure off of Light Up the Stage? Good question. What does this card say? It says, probably comes down to the actual literal words on the cards, as it usually does, which is, you know, to say there's probably a right answer that I don't know off the top. But I think you can just cast them, and they're in your they're in exile, and they can be cast. All right, let's just drop mana. Let's see if we shot. Yeah, we don't want to. You can just
swing.
Just swing. Let him block.
Get it out of the way for a bit.
Shock a blocker before untap if we need to. Didn't see what they have in here. I'm not even going to look. We're just going to find out. I've been paying attention to their mills.
Yeah, that's not too scary.
No, we just get to shock that out of the sky and win, it looks like. Heck, don't even need to shock it out of the sky to win. Oh, yes, now we do, because they can block one of the 3/3s. Right. So we'll take out the vulture and get the scoop. Shock to the heart, and you're too... Isn't it to blame? Or is it too late?
Blame.
You're to blame. You give Sly a bad name.
Oh.
All right. Well, we didn't make any progress on our quests, but we made some progress on fun. That's funny that we could play 5 different decks about 1 million times and get 2 advancements on our quests. How is that even possible? Oh, because we were friend challenging. That's why. They weren't advancing. Okay. They don't let you complete quests on friend challenges where you could just buddy up with somebody and knock out your 750s with no sweat. So that's what was going on there. I was like, wow, weird. Okay. That was great. Thank you for my sponsor, Card Kingdom, for supporting this stream and all of the content we do here. Thank you, Jay, for giving us your time on Friday afternoons and your deck building prowess ahead of Friday afternoons. Appreciate that
pleasure.
a lot. Cool historic artisan decks. Again, you can, I'll put this in the YouTube notes, but also we can throw it down here. If you want to find all of these decks, go to the Stream Decker page, and you can see this and everything else we've done on the constructed portion we do around here. Had a fun time, fun playing viewers too, much more interesting and fun than randos. So let's keep doing that in the future. Jay will be taking the next 2 Fridays off. I will be streaming not on the 25th and the 26th, but probably on the 23rd, 24th, definitely on the 23rd and 24th, and probably on the 27th. So we'll see you for much of next week, if not more. And thank you, Jay.
No worries. I am off to take the WotC holiday.
Yes.
I don't know if you told folks that Wizards takes off the last 2 weeks of the year as a company.
Well, Wizards takes the last year or the last week off, but everybody in the company fails to take all their vacation, which expires at the end of the year. So it effectively turns into a 2-week off because basically everybody in the company takes a week of their vacation and then the week of company time. So
interesting.
I think
in my day it was 2 weeks.
Oh, really? No, in my day it was only a week, but I think I took 2 weeks in December every year at WotC, 1 from WotC and 1 from my unused vacation. So nice. Everybody hopefully is having a good holiday season so far, and I really look forward to seeing you all next week. Thanks, YouTube. Say goodbye there.
Happy holidays, everybody. Bye-bye.
And we'll find someone to raid by. Let's see.